Alrighty, so this week's module is on neurocognitive disorders, and really we're examining how neurocognitive disorders begin with delirium and then are often followed by the symptoms of mild NCD and major NCD. You might see delirium working with clients in the ICU or who have been critically ill, have been in the hospital a long time, in nursing facilities. So we need to be very clear how occupational performance is impacted by delirium or mild to major neurocognitive disorders. So when you think of the impact on occupational performance, it really impacts all areas. It impacts all areas of in-client factors from that cognitive perspective, complex attention, executive functioning, memory, language can be impacted, perceptual motor skills can be impacted, social cognition, and when you think about how all of those cognitive client factors impact then ADLs, IADLs, social participation, sleep and rest, because all of those activities or all of those occupations require some level of cognition. So we anticipate that individuals with a mild neurocognitive disorder can experience challenges with ADLs, IDLs, health management, education, work, play, leisure, social participation. In the more mild stages, ADLs remain relatively intact because these are a bit more routine. But the first signs of memory impairments often manifest in the IADLs. So the person experiencing these NCD deficits can adequately or safely fulfill kind of basic responsibilities, but more advanced responsibilities such as child rearing or caring for others, that's where we see that they really can't. When orientation to place is impaired, mobility within the community may no longer be safe, so the person might become easily disoriented or lost, especially in newer environments. As it becomes into those more major NCDs, you might find that they're not even safe within a familiar environment. Financial management begins to deteriorate. They may forget to pay the bills, misplace bills. Maybe they're just the general organization of the task might be impacted. Shopping becomes a problem. Again, thinking about that safety within maybe unfamiliar environments. And then the cognitive aspect of the actual purchasing of items and money transactions. This can be a challenge. Health management can be a problem. If the person forgets to keep or make appointments or forgets to take medication. So we really start to see this breakdown in the IADL. So as the occupational therapists, we're really going to maybe be more assessing this and using this in our intervention plans, the IADLs. And then when we move into the more major neurocognitive disorder where they've transitioned from mild into major, this is characterized by significant impairments in all areas of occupation. They're no longer able to live alone. They're no longer able to attend to and safely manage basic ADLs. For example, they may attempt to take a shower, but then have difficulty attempting or adjusting the water temperature. So if you think about what that is from a safety perspective, that they're at high risk for burns, let's say, just at the basics. They might, as another example, put too much bath soap or not enough bath soap or forget to rinse when they're finished. So you can see how ADLs can be really challenging. Toilet hygiene, again, thoroughness, maybe even eating, where they maybe forget to eat or when they've last eaten. Sleep-wake cycles are often disturbed, increased wandering during the night, which can create crisis for caregivers. They're not able to engage socially based on these behaviors and the cognitive effect and the decline. So we might see this, mild to more major neurocognitive decline to severe cognitive decline, where they're no longer able to, where there's that marked deficits across all areas where they're just not able to actively engage in any occupation at all. So as the OT, we need to consider that neurocognitive disorders, they show a wide variance in symptoms and signs. There's various subtypes and individuality with the progression of the disorder. And also we need to think about the personal factors of the client, their age, their gender, their race, their socioeconomic status. That all is going to play into maybe, where they are in the progression of this disease process and how we are effectively going to create interventions really for safety. So I hope that helps, and don't hesitate to reach out with questions.